G'day!
G'day!
Hello and welcome back to Cookie and the Haydens, and I'm Car Boot Chris.
And I'm Bagging Bell. I can't do an Aussie accent. I'm sorry.
Come on, that is terrible. That is terrible. Yes, so welcome back. If you didn't know already and you're new to us, we are part-time resellers, so mainly eBay, a little bit of Amazon, and a little bit of everything else like Facebook and stuff. And yeah, so we do that in our part-time, and we do some YouTube stuff as well, obviously, lots of vlogs, a bit of Cookie, the dog, and some reselling as well.
And lots of dodgy videos of me doing dodgy things.
Yes, which is always good for a laugh, isn't it? So we've got a very special show today. We'll be joined by our special guest in just a second. In the meantime, who have we got in?
Well, I'll apologise because I didn't charge my iPad, so I'm trying to work off my phone here, which isn't the easiest. We have Nick and Andrea in. They were in nice and early. Hi, guys.
Hello, guys.
We have Peter Ray's Adventures in. We have Adrian Wilding, Mr. Diggs. Oh, we've got Lee in. Hi, Lee. Lee's my nephew. Nice to see you joined us. We've got the Tack Doctor, Gary Nicholson, Tamor. Is that how you pronounce it? Rebecca Turner.
There's quite a few
James
in.
Collects.
James is in.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sort of ping everybody onto the screen.
And we've got somebody called Joan. Hi, Joan.
Hi, Joan.
Yeah, nice to see you, Joan.
Let us know where you're from, Joan, and what you're doing.
Yeah. Just to go back, the Tack Doctor, have you got his thingy? Throw it up.
The Tack Doctor. Where is he?
Top.
Where is he? Where is he?
Go up
there.
to the top. He's put a comment on saying he was at Burnage and Holly Lane Sunday but didn't see us. That is because...
Because what?
We'd gone slightly further afield on Sunday, hadn't we?
Yeah, we were down in Devon, going all over Devon.
Up in Exeter.
Yeah.
Because as far as I'm concerned, I don't care where I go in the UK, it's all up.
Yes, yeah, it's really annoying. She goes, "Oh, we're just up here in Devon, or we're not up, we're down." Right, come on, we need to crack on. We need to bring our special guest on because he's just sat waiting in the wings.
I wonder who that is.
Okay, so most of you know our guest. He does put himself out a bit.
Oh, put himself about a bit, did you say?
Yeah, he puts himself about quite a bit. And he's one of our own.
He is.
He is. He's a Mancunian Aussie. And in the words of the man himself, it's all about making the moolah.
What?
Apparently, it's all about making the moolah.
What's moolah?
I ain't got a clue. We'll ask him in a minute. So I'm going to bring in Rod, also known as the Pommy Picker.
Woo!
Hey guys, I'll have to take this off.
Is that the very same hat as ours?
No, it's not. It's different. I thought it was the same.
Yeah, slightly different. But yeah, keep it on.
I don't want to keep it on.
Keep it on. It's good fun.
Put my glasses on. I can't see.
We found this at Car Boot a couple of weeks ago, just after we'd asked you if you wanted to come on our show. So yeah, it was that we saw that.
Yeah, mine doesn't fit. It's a bit too tight, but I was too tight to spend anymore.
You got a toggle, mister.
Yeah, it was only 50p, so I didn't mind spending it on you, Rod, just to make you feel at home.
Thank you.
You've got a nice shirt on there.
Oh, it's a lovely shirt, isn't it, Chris?
Right. Oh, absolutely.
That's fantastic.
Right, no wrong side. Just for you.
Go with the picture we've got at the side there.
Oh yeah. Here, I'll show you that. This is a signed Aguero picture.
Oh wow. Is it? It's not a print, is it? Is it a proper signature or a print?
Yeah, it's a proper signature. That.
Oh wow.
I got it from somebody who works at City. So I've got a few of them. I sold a few, and then I've kept them.
Del boy, you're knocking them off in the back and selling them.
Before we crack on, It's what time is it over there?
nearly 5:10 in the morning.
Not early. He doesn't know.
Yeah, I was just saying before to Belle. Sorry about my bed head. I am having a haircut later on today, so
5:10.
It's all good.
That's
No.
early. This is commitment. This.
I've just got the chat up on this side here, and just a quick answer to Nick. No, I haven't.
Oh, hang on. What is it? Hang on. Question for Rod. Have you sold that CD yet? What CD is this?
We're having a bit of a. I was speaking to Nick at weekend, and we're having a bit of a competition. We both picked a ridiculously stupid CD, which we don't think will sell. I'm seeing who's going to sell it first. Mine's a songs from the Galapagos Islands.
Oh.
It's a wonderful listening experience. But I can't remember which one Nick put on. I think it was some bagpipe music or something. I'm not sure. It was a very dodgy picture on the front.
So it's a competition, like a challenge to see who can flog their CD.
Yeah, see who sells it first. Just a bit of a laugh. I think he's put a £5 bet up for the charity that the meetup. I'm not sure. So I don't know what that works out at in dollars. £5. So it's about $2.50 or something. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Peter Ray says Chelsea is all you need. I've got something that you might like, Peter, in a bit. When we show some of this week's pickups, I've picked something up that's Chelsea.
We've got somebody who's popped in that I've not seen before called Reselling Polly.
Oh, yes, Reselling Polly. I know her, yes.
Polly, right? She's put hello, first time catching you live.
Excellent. Hello.
So brilliant. Should be a good show, hopefully. I'm struggling with this chat on my phone. It's just not good.
Oh, just do your best. So thanks for joining us, Rod. Thank you. Is it Rodney?
No, it isn't. It's a very long story. There's only a few.
Can I see your birth certificate, please?
I don't even know where that. No, the Queen's got that back in the UK. It was part of the deal.
Okay, Rodney, whatever.
So go on then. What is it then if it's not Rodney? What else could it be short for?
It's Rod.
It's just Rod.
I do not believe him at all. I don't. So, Rodney, just. No, I won't.
Dave.
Dave. All right, Dave. Just for everybody else, and a little bit for me as well, and Belle. Tell us all a bit about your reselling life and history back in the UK and how you came over to Australia, because I don't know the full story.
Did he go up to Australia?
No, over.
I just always dabbled, even at school, buying and selling this and that. And I think it's just inbuilt in someone's nature, the makeup. And I was doing it. Sorry?
That Del Boy gene we've all got.
Yeah, I think there's that little bit of that Del Boy gene in most people. Perhaps more in others. But no, we about 1999, I think, started doing eBay in the UK. And yeah, I was doing quite well on it. But we decided to move over here for the lads mainly, just to give them. We thought, maybe more of an outdoor lifestyle, because I remember as a kid in the UK, most days it was. I'm not to people in the chat. I'm not putting my former country down weather-wise, but I just remember being outside a lot. Sorry, it's.
I'll do it for you. Don't worry.
So I just thought might be a better chance for him, perhaps more of a healthier outdoor lifestyle, and it has. I'll have to admit, it has proved to be so. So yeah, I moved up.
How do you make that move then? It's not just a case of let's go and live in Australia. That how did you manage that?
It took about 2.5 years. There's various it's all a bit of a blur now, to be honest. But there's various forms and things you have to initially send off, and then like my trade is machinist, metal machinist. So there is a point system on which to get in. You can't. Well, some people still do try it to just get in through the back door, but the pointed, turned around and pointed back.
Right.
But it is. I do think it is a fair system. There's people who say it isn't, but I do think it is a fair system. If you're prepared to go to another country and abide by their laws and pay their taxes and generally fit in and not cause too much chaos, then it's got to be fair that way.
Yeah, cool.
Well, that's politics for you. It's a different show.
So do you do reselling? Is that your full-time job?
It is now. A few people I speak to, a few of them in the chat, probably know a bit of the background. I came over here, I did my trade, and I just got absolutely fed up of working on a machine in this heat. I mean, it is a bit unbearable at times. And just decided to do it full time, and I was doing it for 2.5 years, and then there was some financial woe, so I had to go back into my trade and do it part time. But then about 2 months ago, there is a downturn in business in general in manufacturing over here, and it had a knock-on effect. So fortunately, I had the reselling already up and running, and I just went back into it, and had to make it work. So you can't. It's not just. I mean, I joke with a few people in the chat that I'm going for my nana nap in the afternoon. I mean, it's only a joke. I might only have half an hour, but yeah, you've got to put the effort in. If you don't put the effort in, then I think there's too many people. I mean, I've noticed, especially with YouTube, there's a lot of new people coming into it thinking it's a quick get-rich-quick scheme.
Yeah.
And
but
it's not.
We've said that so many times on the chat that you can't come into this thinking that it's going to be easy, because it's so time consuming. It really, really is. There's a lot of time and effort that goes in to what all the resellers do, that we know. And the ones that are coming in saying they're not making any money, probably because they're not putting the right amount of time into it.
Well, me and Andrew, when we do the Wednesday waffle over here on a Wednesday at 7:30 Australian Standard Time, some people, I wouldn't, not what word to use really, but some people criticised me a few months ago for the amount of DVDs and CDs I bought. You can't be making any money on them, but these are sales which trickle through. I'm averaging on a daily basis now anywhere between 15 to 20 sales a day just on DVDs and CDs.
Right.
But these same people are on the Facebook groups going, "Oh, eBay's down. I've no sales." They won't. You're not working hard enough or being creative enough. You've got to take the small sales, the little $5 sales, $3 sales, whatever. At the end of the week, they all add up into a bigger picture, and I don't think people grasp that, or certainly some people don't.
Well, I think everybody has their sort of bread and butter type sales, don't they, that they know they can fall back on.
Yeah.
It's like really cats, isn't it? They're not massive sellers, a lot of the cats, but the regular, the regular sales that will drop in, aren't they?
Yeah.
Something you can rely on.
Yeah. And just for clarity, you're talking about Andrew, your Australian fellow reseller, because obviously we've got Andrew in the chat as well. So
no, it's not him.
Monumental.
Thanks for clarifying that, because I'm thinking, Jesus, how are you getting Andrew on at that time?
Yeah.
There was a point. Andrew was on 24/7.
Well, yes, there is that.
Hi, Andrew.
That was just trying to get a date, though.
There was a question. Thanks for all that, Rod. It's interesting to hear the background, because I knew some of it, but just not all of it. Reselling Polly says, Chris and Belle, are you going to the Hitchin meetup? which is Nick and Andrea's meetup, but the answer is no, unfortunately. It's a bit of a trek for us.
You're looking at me like I know what
She
you're
doesn't know
talking
anything
about.
about it.
So I'm like, "Ugh."
She doesn't know anything about it. No, we're not going because it is a little bit far, and also we've got quite a few weekend things going on at the moment. We've got a few irons in the fire. That means we've got a lot on at the moment. We've got different plans going on, which you might hear about at some point in the near future.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Can I just I need to get this comment out here, because I realise now that Tamor, who I have pronounced correctly, is actually TKA, who was on last time. But he says, have you had no visits to the dark web after the last week's chat, Chris?
No. No. I'm staying well away from it. I can't find that comment to put it up, but I am staying well away.
You were trying to encourage to go on there?
Oh, Adrian. Adrian said, what did he say? He's going to do some unboxing videos, and I said that I'd seen some dark web mystery boxes that people have unboxed live on YouTube or whatever, and they are pretty freaky. So I kind of encouraged him to go and.
Well, he's still with us, and he's clearly not done it and been arrested, so it's all good.
When you say you go on the dark web, are you using the vegetable.org? I won't say the name because I don't want to encourage people to go on it.
No,
we've never.
I don't know.
I've
never been on it.
I'm going to say we've never been on the dark web. I've never been on it. Have you ever been on it?
No, honestly.
There is a way of getting on it through the back door. That's all I'll say. It's not vegetable.org. I'm using the word vegetable because it is a vegetable. I'll explain later.
Yeah, let us know afterwards when we're off air.
Yeah, you might get men in black knocking on your door.
Yeah, no, I don't want that.
Just a reminder there from Nick and Andrea that all the places at their meetup are full, so there's no more spots. But we will get to one at some point in the future, and maybe Rod, you could fly over from Australia and come to one of these meetups.
Well, I'm still waiting. Andrew said he was getting me a ticket not so long ago. I'm still waiting on the ticket.
Andrew Monumental, Andrew.
Yeah.
Oh, you got no chance of getting a ticket out of him. Tight get.
Andrew's put on air that he's probably banned from Australia already before he's even tried getting there.
Yeah, probably right
there. Peter says, are there a lot of Australian resellers doing YouTube like in the UK?
There aren't as many as the UK. Certainly nowhere near the quantity of America. There seems to be a few sort of gaining traction, building up, etc. But yeah, I could probably read off 5 who I regularly see content from. There are others, but yeah. I would say about 5.
I sub a few from Australia. Yeah. Yeah,
it's fine. Question. We've got to fly the flag for something, even if it is reselling videos. Tamora's commented the fact that he's noticed that we haven't got a pajama party going on.
Sorry, I commando.
And you can't see what's below the screen. That's what it is.
You don't know what's down here.
Yeah, I've got a blanket.
Okay. What kind? So I know that you do a lot of DVDs and stuff, Rod, like media. So is there anything else that you kind of look for when you're out and about?
I was doing a lot of, well, I say a lot, probably the same as everyone else. It's a broad spectrum, but obviously, clothing, and I like to go to the electronics because they seem to be, for me, a higher ticket item. But obviously they take you've got a more of a chance of something not working. You know, you're buying them from charity shops, etc. They don't come with a guarantee over here. I don't know about the UK. If you buy an item from, say, a VCR from a charity shop and it doesn't work, can you take it back?
Yeah, pretty much.
You can
take it back. Yeah.
Oh wow! I don't know of many near me that will.
You can take it back, but most of the stuff in the UK charity shops is pre-tested and pat tested, and so it's sold as working normally anyway.
Yeah.
But obviously, car boots and stuff like that, there's no guarantee there.
Oh no.
I have really bad luck with electronics. I just keep picking stuff up, thinking it's great, and then it doesn't work, and so that's why I don't do a lot of electronics. I mean, I got this.
I went to a garage sale. Sorry.
I got this a couple of weeks ago, and yet another item that doesn't work, which is a shame because I've been trying to find a nice Sony Walkman for a while, and I can't get it going. But,
I went to a garage sale. Well, I've been to many, but a few weeks ago I went to one, and there was this VCR DVD combo on the floor, and it had the remote control with it. And I said to the guy, "Oh, does it still work?" And you get the usual, "Oh yeah, it was working last time I used it." Well, wasn't everything, you know. And
I've not used it in 10 years.
I paid $1 for it. I thought, well, for $1 I'll take it, you know. Anyway, true to form, it didn't work. And but the remote control I sold for $30 shipped, and I just sold 2 days ago the actual unit on eBay for spares or repairs. So I know that will never come back to me because it's sold as spares. And I think I got $20 plus shipping. So, you know, $50-ish for $1 outlay on something that didn't work. I'll always still pick up items, even if they're a bit sus looking, you know, a bit dodgy, because you'll sell them for spares.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good point.
Why are we getting feedback?
I don't know. Have you got a YouTube open in the background there, Rob?
No, I've nothing open at all. Nothing.
Andrew Monumental said Brad from Two Aussie Thrifters has a super hot wife. Yeah,
you get it. Brad, Andrew is probably going to get an international ban on him from over here. He's leching over everyone's wife.
But I put that up on screen because I know that Two Aussie Thrifters are going to rewatch this later on today.
Oh yeah.
Don't miss it.
So just to embarrass him, because they messaged me earlier to say they couldn't watch at 5 a.m. But they will watch it later on. So sorry, Andrew.
I just want to point out Nick and Andrea's comment there. They said that they agree when we were talking about having those steady low value, high turnover and high margin stocks have always worked for them. So yeah, they're in agreement with us.
And Rosie Rue says she loves the channel, so thank you very much, Rosie.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Pat, Chris B says Pat is only electrically safe, so no guarantee of it working. Yeah, what I meant when I was saying that, Chris, was that they not only in our charity shop, because I work for a charity myself, so our charity shops, they test for working and they pat test it obviously as well. So you get the double whammy. We don't sell any electronics that don't work unless it's specifically got a sticker on it that says spares and repairs.
Yeah.
That Walkman, the Walkman may still sell, according to Nick. People, yeah, I probably will. I'll just sell it spares because I'm no good at fixing these things, to be honest. I know a few people have said just get the what do you call it?
That rubber band.
Yeah.
That's all I ever say to them when it's not working. I just say, "Cleaner, it'll be fine."
Well, we got feedback.
It's not me. I've nothing on my phone, I assure you. Well, apart from a few messages from and a sale. Yeah, that.
We're getting something. Oh, nice one. Why would I've got nothing open for? We're going all over it. We're beeping and everything. I'm just looking.
Nick says turn your speakers down. That might be.
Okay, let's try that.
I was about to say, has anyone got any suggestions?
Peter Ray says, how did you get into this YouTube?
I had a channel that only one person knows about, and many years ago, which was sort of my precursor to this. And but it was while I was over in Australia. While I've been here in Australia, it wasn't while I was in the UK. I think curiosity. I mean, you type anything into Google these days, and there's a video for everything, isn't there?
Oh, God.
And I think I just kind of naturally got guided into it through Google. And you have an inquisitive mind, it generally leads to other things, shall we say.
Definitely.
What's your other channel then that you had going?
Well, you being an ex-copper, no, it's nothing dodgy. It was like a repairing things. I'm not telling you, mate. I was just repairing things, that's all. But to be honest, I got absolutely bored solid with it. So I just left it. Yeah, it wasn't, I just dabbling with it at the time. I don't think it was something I was, kind of serious about.
You should never be ashamed of any other channels you've done, because if you haven't Googled Chris's 60-second security that he did as a cop, nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Have you looked?
I've seen that. I've seen it.
They're hilarious.
I wouldn't say they were hilarious.
Yes, they are.
Is that the one where he was still in the police force and you were showing that kid around the park?
That's it, yeah. You made that sound really bad.
Oh. Yeah, I'd want that gun as well.
I am very proud of those videos. So let's see what else I was going to ask you. What having done eBay and stuff over in the UK and in Australia, so what do you think? What are like the main differences in reselling? Can you think of anything off the top of your head?
Well, we talked a while ago on our chat about Amazon, and I remember doing Amazon back in the UK, and obviously things have changed a lot since then. But Amazon came over here with all pomp and ceremony, and they've just not delivered. I don't know of one person, and even on the Facebook group over here, of one person who's actually either had a sale on Amazon over here or is doing halfway decent on it. Everyone's claiming to be killing it on Amazon. You go on YouTube, I won't mention the guy's name, but you can't fail to miss him. He's done very well on it in the US, but he is Australian, and he's got this think tank going over here, and he'll charge you money to tell you how to make money on Amazon. But the only ones that seem to be making any money are those selling courses. It seems dead in the water, Amazon over here.
Why is
that? There's a number of reasons. One being, I think the sheer size of Australia, they can't deliver on this next day thing they've got going. It's logistically impossible.
Yeah.
For the price they want to
Amazon should have had a think tank going before they started it up then.
Well, they won't let you sell used items. It's all brand new. So they're gearing it in that aspect to the big box stores. I think it's almost like they want to get all the stores on board and selling brand new items. And the little guy, no, you can't sell your secondhand, board game, DVD, whatever. And it's just not. It just doesn't seem to have gained any traction or appeal, and that's only my viewpoint. It's not just my viewpoint. There's many people in the reselling Facebook group that have the same opinion. It's plus the fees seem so. I mean, I look at people in the UK who's selling on eBay, and you seem to pay an awful lot in fees and storage on Amazon. is it really worth it?
Yeah,
Well,
that's the same over here, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I do Amazon FBA, but I don't do it massively. I've sent some stuff up there. I've probably got at the moment about 120 listings or something at FBA, 120 items. But yeah, I mean, when you look at a sales price on FBA, you can probably take 40% off that for all your fees and storage. So
Yeah,
it's a big chunk.
I mean, I know you still be minus your purchase price of your item, you're still clearing 60%. But
Yeah,
for me to, I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me to take $1 and give someone 40 cents of it. You know, it's a big chunk of it. You may as well have done with it and call it 50%.
I mean,
I think the other thing with Amazon though is we do find that items sell for a higher price. So it's a bit of swings and roundabouts with it.
I mean, I sold an example of that. I've got loads of examples of the difference in prices is unbelievable. But I sold a Disney octopus plush, you know, from Finding Dory or whatever.
Yeah.
It was a brand new and tagged. Somehow I managed to list it, even though it was Disney. And you know, I'm gated on Disney, but it still let me sell it. I sold it for nearly 40 quid, but I'd have only got 20 on eBay.
All right.
It's very, very strange how the prices are so different.
Yeah.
I've been experimenting with selling on Facebook, and I've done pretty well because when I was towards last Christmas, I was doing quite a few storage units, and you know, the amount of stuff you get out of a storage unit, and a lot of it's bulky items like, you know, washing machines and things like that. So Facebook did seem the ideal platform to sell stuff like that on. You know, you get a lot of people either not showing up or whatever, but that's just part and parcel of doing the business, I suppose, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of given up on selling on Facebook at the moment. I still pick stuff up to buy. I've just really given up on it because I was selling a really like 80s retro radio that was for spares and repairs. I was only asking like 10 or 15 pound, and it was well worth it. Whoever knew what to do with it could have fixed it easy.
Yeah.
But I had 4 no-shows in a row, and it was really annoying because you arrange a time, then you stay in and wait for them.
Yeah.
I had 4 in a row, no joke, and it was like the last straw for me with Facebook. So now I tend to just buy rather than sell.
Yeah.
Can you just throw up, but you probably won't find it. Rosie Rua said, have you managed to list all your coats for winter?
Oh, right. Yeah, she's seen. Let me just, okay. I'll come back to Nick and Andrea in a second. But I'll just answer it because I can't find it now. Yes, I had my last lot of coats coats and jackets. I listed them today. Well, I put them in draft and I'll drip feed them this week. But yeah, I managed to get through about 15 today, which is not bad going because they take a bit to list. So probably 20 to 25 minutes to list each one.
Well, it's coming to winter. What is it over there now? What's not winter yet, is it?
Autumn.
Is it autumn? Autumn.
Yeah. We're into autumn.
Now's the perfect time to get your coats and jackets listed.
I sold the coats on my personal account.
Yeah.
Do you buy? I know some people do this, and I've done it and still do it myself. Buy things out of season and just store it away for the next season.
I tend not to do that. And I'll tell you why. I got a little bit of a tip off Jason T. Smith in Vegas, and he said to me when I spoke to him early doors when I first met him, he said, if you've got stuff, just list it because people will buy it. Even Christmas stuff you sell throughout the year. I was selling Christmas stuff in June, and it's weird. And he just says he lists everything anytime. And I tend, the more I think about that, the more I just think, just get it listed if you've got it.
I'm of that way.
That's my opinion, and
I'm of that opinion as well. And the person who changed me to that opinion was Caroline. You know, the Celtic Traders.
Oh yeah.
Well, she doesn't do a channel anymore, which is a blow. But a few years ago, she was saying she was selling, you just said, Christmas items in the middle of the year. So things do sell regardless of. I mean, it's 24. It's 24/7, and the internet. It's not like years ago where you used to have to physically go out and go to the shops. The shops geared it seasonality. But there's a bit with Christmas. There's a big thing over here. Christmas in July. Mainly because it's cooler, I think.
I think the thing for us is when we buy Christmas items, we tend to buy quite specialised ones, so they're not just any, it's not just anything and everything. So these are items that
unusual.
They're unusual items. So when people see them, they buy them no matter what time of year it is because they want them for Christmas. But we tend to get things like things that have got years printed on them or collectible items and stuff like that. So they just tend to.
I mean, that's what we do. I mean, it's not for everyone. I know people keep stuff back for Halloween, like fancy dress. But again, I wouldn't wait to list fancy dress for Halloween. I'd just get it listed. There's people having parties all year round, New Year, and.
I mean, you could say that. You could expand that way of thinking to. I see a lot of people talk about that it's Q4 and they're all getting it on for Q4, and if there's one word I get sick of seeing on the Facebook groups, it's that Q4. Just why wait till then? Just get it on, get the money, and buy someone else and move on. You're not a high street retailer. Just churn and burn, as they say. Just
exactly. Yeah, I totally agree.
The thing is, if you save it all for Christmas, then you've got to literally spend your entire run up to Christmas listing it all. So you're not listing anything else, are you?
I don't think I'll be listing any more than what I'm listing now over the Christmas period. I'm doing the best I can now. I'm not going to list any more. I think if you just do the best you can all year round, I don't really see. I'm not making any special effort. I'm hoping that the stuff that's already in my store will just sell more over the Christmas period. I popped this up from Nick and Andrea because it said that Amazon's a whole other ball game to eBay, and you need to really get your head around the numbers, and that is really true. I posted on Instagram today my 30-day sales on Amazon FBA, and I think I've done about 500 quid in the 30 days on Amazon, which that's the most I've done on 30 days so far in the last sort of 3 or 4 months. But then you take, you're only actually getting 60% of that, roughly 60%. But it's still pretty good because that's money that I didn't have coming in. It's an extra income stream. So when eBay goes a bit quiet, Amazon might pick up and vice versa.
And I think we've established that it's getting it out of here.
It's
not here. It's not clogging up the house.
How do you feel about? How do you, from a lady's point of view? How do you feel about?
What?
Hey, I mean, there's not many of us about, mate. These throw me coats over.
I'll talk to you. You're quite nice to talk to. Carry on.
So how do you feel about stock in your house? Like, because I know women get very. I know my missus does. She's put up with all sorts over the years, but the house proud. Whereas a bloke will just put it in a corner and deal with it, and occasionally vacuum around it.
Well, there's one issue with that. It's Chrissy's house, unfortunately. So I only get a slight say in anything.
Well, technically we are married, and
you still tell me it's your house.
Well, yeah, it's my house. It's my house. It's my house when I want it to be my house.
But number two, I'm really not that bothered as long as it's not in the living room. And now and again, he pushes that.
Yeah.
Now and again, like today, when he's had a listing day and he brought it all down and it all be piled on the sofa, or he's been looking for stuff over the weekend and he's brought it in and it's on the sofa and he's not moved it for a couple of days. He knows he's pushing his luck then.
Yeah.
As long as I can sit in the living room and it looks like a house, then the rest of it I can turn a blind eye to. I'm good with it.
Well, my missus
on everything else.
My missus, she's recently commented that I've got stuff around the side of the garage and it's everywhere, and she says, when you drive onto the drive, it's starting to look a bit like Steptoe's backyard. So I've got to do a bit of a clean up.
If it was outside where people could see it, I might say something.
Yeah.
But from the outside of our house, it just looks like a perfectly normal house.
Right.
Not like a junk sale, like it is once you get inside. There is a comment on here from Tommy who says, ask Rod why he's so fond of Charlie Sheen.
I hate the guy.
What's that all about?
I've never watched one single episode of 2.5 Men. I couldn't tell you anything about it other than Charlie Sheen is in it, and the only reason I know that is because I've seen the front of the DVD covers. But for some unknown reason, 2.5 Men series. I'm giving away me. I gave away my little bolo on this one. 2.5 Men. There are certain seasons which I sell over here for anywhere between $16 and even $25 a season. And I did a video a while ago where I was out. Somebody put a Facebook pickup of a set of DVDs of 2.5 Men, and about 60% of them, 70% were sealed.
Right.
And they only wanted $20. I think it was $20 for the lot. So I was like in the car and getting him, and he found it quite funny that anyone would rush and be so excited at picking up 2.5 Men. But like he pointed out in his live stream a few weeks ago, he can't get much money in America for that season, that series. So he was just amused that different places have different. They'll pay more for a series that they wouldn't pay anything for elsewhere.
That's like that's toy dinosaurs. Chris jumps in the car and rushes off when somebody sells him a toy dinosaur.
Never floats your boat.
Well, you're saying that. You just told everyone that you rush out to go and pick up 2.5 Men.
Oh, yeah. That's a circus act. 2 blokes with a midget.
I've had this question up from Peter for a while, so we need to answer it. And he says, I know Andrew will want to know this. Who is Rod's go-to YouTubers that he watches?
Oh, how can you be fair answering this one? There's loads I watch. I wouldn't necessarily say when I first turn the laptop on, there's one or two I particularly go to, but there's the obvious ones that I do go to, who are in the chat now, and on screen.
Yeah, make sure you slip that one in.
Yeah. It just depends on your mood, doesn't it? I think thumbnails have a lot to do with it as well, which is when we first came on, I was quite impressed with your backdrop on your thumbnail and everything. I think visually gets your attention. You will,
I think the thumbnails that you create for your videos are really important. I think it's one of the most important things, your title and your thumbnail, because if it either grabs you or it doesn't, you need to try and stand out from the rest. Andrew, Monumental, you need to sort your thumbnails out and you might get a few more viewers.
I don't know. I like watching Andrew.
I do. I know. I'm only pulling his leg.
I do wish he'd invest in a proper webcam.
I sent him one.
It's like what you're watching him with glaucoma. It's all blurry and it's. Ugh.
Yeah. Okay, so we've had loads of questions. So have you got any stuff to share, like any recent pickups from down there?
My main pickups recently have been
2.5 Men.
Oh yeah, don't bring those 2.5 Men in that you've.
Yeah, here they are. Come in, guys. It's a lot of my stuff is actually in the garage and my shipping container, but it's pitch black outside. I don't really want to go mooching around out there at the moment. You don't know what's wriggling around. But I was out yesterday in a city near me. I took the missus out and for something to eat, and I did pick up. You have TK Maxx in the UK, don't you?
Yeah. My youngest one works there.
Oh, does he? Oh, you get some good deals there, don't you? I always have a look in TK Maxx because they do have some good brands and on their clearance, etc. And it's all brand new. I did a video yesterday. It's not yet been released, but there was quite a good selection of G-Star raw jeans. Do you have G-Stars in there? Yeah. Now, my go-to man for anything G-Star is Andrew, who I do the waffle with. And I messaged him about these jeans, and apparently these were entry-level G-Stars, not really all that worth much. Yeah. So I left them. But I came across this pair of jeans, which I bought. I've never seen the brand before, but they were $26. Obviously new. Where's the... Well, I don't know where it's gone now, but you'll have to take my word for it. It was $26. But the retail price of them, I know you can't always go off what TK Maxx stick on the stickers, but I did a bit of research on eBay, and they're not far off the mark, actually. And these were... Is that focusing? How do you get these things to focus?
It's 100 and something on there.
Well, it says $189.95. Yeah. So I don't know what that is in pounds. But they're a brand called New. I don't even know how you pronounce this. It's Neuw. New or Noi? I'm not sure. Well, that's the brand.
Not heard of them.
Now they do go for. I've seen them go on eBay for around that price, but generally around about 140. So I paid 26 for them. I'll give them a try at that price. You know, there was only one pair. I mean, I would have only bought one pair anyway because I've no history of selling that brand, so I'm not going to throw my eggs in one basket. But
yeah.
So that was what I picked that up yesterday. I picked up some usual, your media. But here's one for you because I know it's not going to affect my sales in the Australia from the UK. Dora. Now, before you're laughing. They're bringing a new Dora film out.
Oh yeah,
Sorry, is it already out?
Yeah.
Oh right, I didn't know it was already out. I thought I knew they were bringing. I can't sell these quick enough.
Really?
You know, it's like there's a revival in Dora. I can't, and the other one, the Go Diego.
Yeah.
Can't sell them quick enough. I'm picking them up for 50 cents.
And what are they
knocking them out for about $10, $12.
Right.
So,
maybe it's rarer where you are.
Possibly. I don't know. I picked up a stack of CDs. I was showing some of these last night to... I was chatting to Nick and showing him just a few dodgy titles in there. I've never heard of the band. There's one band I shared with him, and he said, "Oh yeah, they were a popular band a while ago. I'd never heard of them. I just bought it for a laugh." The Bicycle Club or something.
Oh yeah, Bombay Bicycle Club.
I'd never heard of them. I thought it was I won't swear. I thought it was a joke, but apparently it's this CD.
Yeah, they're like an indie band. Indie.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a few for myself as well, so Stone Roses, but there you go.
Are you still on CDs down there in Australia?
Yeah, we just got rid of
have you not hit the streaming thing where you don't need a CD?
What is, speak of this newfangled technology.
Spotify.
I mean, I pick up probably the same as everybody in the chat. We all pick similar items up. Some specialize, some just generalize, and I think I fall into the latter.
Yeah, we pick up a bit of everything really. we kind of started off life picking like action figures and toys, and then we do a lot of plush toys. So we've got to know what plushes are worth something and what aren't. So we've kind of learned that as we go along. And plushes are great because they rarely get lost. They're easy to pack. They weigh next to nothing, and you tend to buy them for next to nothing as well, more often than not.
When we were talking about our regular small purchases, that's what soft toys are for us, because you buy them for 50p a pound and you're selling them normally for a minimum of a tenner.
Yeah.
So you know, they're just constant little drip feeds that come through, like you said, that all add up at the end of the week.
I've never sold any well, I've sold perhaps one, and I've got a couple. It's something I avoid. It's not really my thing. I don't know what I'm looking at for one, you know.
Well, we've kind of narrowed it down to a fine art. So it's like at one point we were picking all sorts up, whereas now we kind of only pick up the ones we know have got value in them. We kind of try not to pick anything up that's worth any less than £10 to resell. Whereas before we might have picked it up if it was like £5-6. We're trying to keep that mark a little bit higher now, so we don't buy anywhere near as many plushes. We are a little bit more picky,
but we do tend to know when something's worth something, don't we?
Oh yeah, no, you can kind of just spot it, you know. Whereas at one point we used to have to rummage through to look at things. You can kind of just catch a glimpse of an ear and think, oh, I think that's just through experience, though, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
It's like going through the shirt rails. You know, you get some looks by charity shop workers as if to say, what you're doing, you know, because you're skimming through them.
Yeah.
But you can tell by the feel on a lot of them, but if they're of any quality,
But even shirts and tops and things like that, you can normally scan a rail and you kind of glimpse a pattern, or that you kind of just have to glimpse a little bit of something to kind of then go in and think, oh, that looks a bit retro, or, you know, that looks like it's going to be a named one. Like you said, you just kind of pick it up as you go along. So we don't spend half as much time looking around places now as what we used to do. You can literally go and scan round and know straight away if there's anything of any significant value in there, and then come back out again. Whereas at one point when we used to do charity shops, it used to take
been there for ages. A question: do they have Build-A-Bears in Australia?
I've heard of people selling them over here. I don't know if they make them over here. I mean, how do you build a bear? I don't.
They have specific shops where your child can go in and they do the whole process. So they pick an empty bear, make it whatever they want to make it, have all the inserts put in, like sounds, smells, voice boxes, all sorts, and then they actually have a big machine, so they stuff their own bear and then they choose an outfit. So it's like a whole process, which is why some of the Build-A-Bears are so expensive.
So is that one to look out for then, you're saying? Is it perhaps?
It can be, but you have to be. This is something we've learned with Build-A-Bears, is that some are worthless and some are worth good money. So we tend to buy the ones that are licensed in some way. So it'll be a Disney, a Marvel, some kind of license behind it generally.
Or it's got an unusual outfit on, because the outfits can be worth a hell of a lot more than the bears themselves.
Here's some earlier. These are all
what's that brown one?
The brown one, that is Beauty and the Beast.
There's no prizes for guessing which one it is then, is it?
Beauty, obviously.
It's the official Beauty and the Beast bear. But these were Build-A-Bears that we picked up. Oh, bloody hell. Go on.
Come on, we've got a friend.
Come on up.
Come on. Come on. Come on. You can do it.
Bloody hell.
How old is the cookie?
3.
There she is.
Who's this? We picked up these Build-A-Bears down in Devon this weekend at a car boot, and I paid £11 for the 3. Now that's more than I would normally pay, but because he's worth about £15-16 on his own, and these are worth about a tenner each. That one is Shopkins. Have you ever heard of Shopkins?
Yeah, we've got. I think one of the supermarkets over here did a giveaway type thing with the shopping of Shopkins.
Right.
Little plastic toys and things.
That's it.
Yeah, they're like little collectible items.
Yeah.
And that one's Disney princesses, so the official Disney princesses. So that's when I say like the licensed stuff. I tend to only pick up the licensed ones.
Yeah.
But then, what did you sell this week that we showed on the haul from Scotland when we were going on about Build-A-Bears?
What did I sell?
The monkey with the...
Oh yeah, I sold a Build-A-Bear monkey with a Scottish outfit, and that went for 30 quid. So, you know, I paid £3 for it.
But the bear itself was just a generic monkey. There was nothing special about it. It was the outfit that somebody purchased.
Well, what kind of keywords would you use in your title for that then? I mean, Scottish monkey. I mean, what?
Well, what did I put? I put obviously Build-A-Bear monkey, the size of it. So I think it's 16 inch. You know what 16 inches, don't you?
Don't start.
That big, isn't it?
Not this big.
And what else? So stuff like tartan, Scottish traditional outfit or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody's put
I
on
might
it.
have to keep my eye out for them then. I mean, I wouldn't know a build. How do you know it's a Build-A-Bear? Obviously, it's a
very
tag.
easy. They have a big tag on.
Yeah.
A big tag, which looks like that. I can't.
And on the hands and the feet, they'll sometimes have BAB.
Yeah.
And normally that one's not actually got it, or they'll have that little tag there.
But they're quite, when you start to see them, they have a certain look.
Okay.
So you can just kind of tell a Build-A-Bear from a mile away eventually.
Yeah. You can tell once you get to the trained eye.
Can I ask you a question, Chris?
Yeah, go on.
If you could go back 20 years, do you honestly think you'd have thought you'd have been talking to a guy on the other side of the world about bears and selling them?
Well, this is a funny story about a bear, haven't you?
What kind? What?
The one that you had to be in at the Gay Pride.
Do tell.
I think me and Rod need to have our own private chat. Rod and his 2.5 men, and me and
I'll bring my midgets.
Put it one way, you got offered a bit of bear on bear action.
I didn't.
Broke Bear Mountain.
That's good. I like that. 20 years ago.
Chris B put on here koala bears. Koala Build-A-Bears in Oz. Koala. That's what you'll have to look for in Oz. Koala Build-A-Bears. If you found one of them, that you'd be quids in.
You mean a koala?
Very much, Chris. Is that the Chris B? Yeah, Chris comes on to the waffle on a Wednesday at 10:30 UK time in the morning.
Oh, it's 10. Oh, I didn't know it was that time and date.
Oh, you have to have an eBay day on them, wouldn't you?
Excuse me.
We picked up a few other bits. I'll run through a couple of bits that we found.
Yeah.
I did promise Peter that I would show him some at Chelsea, and I picked up this John Terry doll.
A chew toy for the dog.
Yeah. I don't mind picking football team stuff up, but I will never ever pick up anything United or anything Liverpool. No. I will never ever pick those up, but I don't mind picking other stuff up. So that is Chelsea John Terry. It's a bit freaky, really, isn't it?
My eldest went through a phase of supporting. I can't even say it. the other seam, and he had his bedroom had the, I'll say, United curtains and pillows, and it was awful. Traitor family.
Oh, that's terrible.
Took him out of the will.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Andrew says, question for me, what's the best Facebook reselling group? I would say, what's that one in America? The oh, you're taking the mickey, Andrew. Of course, it's what is it called again? I've forgotten. Monumental Reselling Group. It's up there with one of the best.
Blah blah blah. We don't do competition here. We're a big reselling family.
There's lots of great groups out there. That's one of them.
We all share our secrets and learn from each other.
And Debbie comes in right on cue because I was about to mention the thrifting board.
She's been sat in the background, just
you've
waiting.
been so quiet, Debbie, in the background. Why didn't you say hello?
Peter asked you a question, Rod. He said, do you watch cricket?
God, it's all you can do, isn't it? Nothing happens in it. It's just.
He said, if so, Ashes, who do you support?
Oh dear. I had this theory that when I came over here, I'd embrace the Australian cricket team, and I've had to. I'm living in this country, and I do actually. I love living here, and I'll have to, support my adoptive country. So I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, having said that, I do wind Andrew up on the other guy who I do the waffle with over the Ashes at the moment. I don't know what's happening at the moment, but I try and blag it with him that I'm fully up to speed with it, and because I know he doesn't check the scores. So.
Well, on the back end of that, it said, does the Ashes DVD sell well in Oz?
It's funny. I've seen, was it about 6-7 months ago? There seemed to be a load of Ashes DVD posts being put up of people seeing them in charity shops over there on the Facebook group before it was took down. And to be honest, I've not seen one over here. Not one Ashes related DVD at all.
Right.
So if you, Peter, export them, Peter, you may have a market there. I don't know.
Yeah, we got looked at funny in January because we went to Barbados, which is obviously massive for cricket. And whenever you were speaking to the locals, the first thing they were like, "Oh, are you here to watch the cricket?" And we were like, "Yeah, no, we don't do cricket." And that was it. Conversation ended. They just leave you alone.
Andrew's just commented. Have Australia won the Ashes then?
Oh, is it on now?
Oh, I don't know. It seems to always be on cricket, doesn't it? It never ends.
No, it's put Australia have won the Ashes.
I don't know. I haven't got a clue about cricket. I don't even know what the rules are.
I think they do.
You hit the ball and run.
They don't do that though, do they? They just step aside.
It's boring. It's the most boring thing in the world.
To be fair, my youngest one was massively into his cricket, and at one point, just prior to getting a job and actually turning into a working adult, he was literally, his entire life was cricket, and he was playing for 3 different age groups. And I can tell you now, I've never once stayed and watched a cricket match. Not once. It was a drop off at first thing in the morning and pick up at midnight, because they just go on forever. There's no end.
Yeah, it is a weird game. I mean, how a game can last 5 days and end in a draw. I don't know.
Pointless, isn't it?
But it's like the rules over here for like when the kids are playing. It's like, what time should I pick you up? What time's it going dark today, Mum? That is literally the rules of it.
Yeah.
They continue to play until there's like no daylight.
Tamor says, what's the best item you've ever sold?
Me?
Yeah, go on.
In terms of price or
go with that. What's the most expensive item you've ever sold?
God, I don't know. Recently, I sold a massager.
Hang on a minute. I've seen this. When you say massager.
Did he actually? Are we going into 2.5 men here? Was it a masseuse that you sold?
No, it was an actual. It looked a very suspect item which vibrated. Let's just leave it at that. It was,
okay.
Look like one of them, definitely.
Did you research this? Was it really a massage?
Yeah. Well, it was. Yeah, I won't go there. But I actually, I knew Tracy would pop up now because she was laughing her head off in one of Tommy Bernard's chats when I actually shown this thing. Yeah, I picked it up in a tip shop, and the guy did not know what it was, and neither did I at that point. But he said it looks a bit dodgy. I don't know if I can put it on the shelf. Anyway, I did a quick Google, and I thought, whoa, I'll have that. So I picked it up. I think I paid $30 for it. I paid up for it.
Paid good money.
And wrapped it up in a towel to take it home just in case, because hygiene, you don't know. So I got the wet wipes out, give it a good clean, and
it's getting worse.
and it was it's actually in one of the waffles, a video, but it was basically a high-end neck and back massager, and I tried it, and it was wonderful. I was contemplating keeping it, but anyway, I thought no. So I sold it, and I got $375 for it.
Wow,
brilliant!
That's amazing.
Yeah. And is it right? Did I watch the video and you said that actually it wasn't complete?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, it was complete. It was a working unit, but it was part of if this company that made these items. There was other things that you could put together, and if you had the massage chair and linked that to it, then basically $1,200, $1,300 for it. Wow. But I never had the chair. But medical and medical equipment and like them massage type things, they sell really well. It seems to be a niche market because they're so expensive to buy originally. Yeah. And people can't necessarily afford them,
I guess the problem is the chances of you seeing this kind of stuff is fairly slim, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, like I said, I do go to this tip shop quite a lot, and there's all sorts turned up. There was some medical, the actual beds you have in hospitals. 2 of them turned up because the hospital locally had a refit. But these beds were probably about 2 years old. Now, obviously, I'm not going to pick them up, but it's just weird the variety of stuff that actually goes. If you've got any tip shops or dump shops, I don't know how you term them over there, and you're allowed access.
We don't have them around here, but they do exist. I know Andrew does go to one near him.
Yeah, it's well worth a visit. I've picked all sorts up. Literally.
Nick and Andrew must have left for a short while, so they said they're back in the room. Can we recap the last 30 minutes?
No. You don't want to. Just some more pickups that I got at the weekend. Back onto caps. These are motorsport caps.
Okay.
This was a £5, which is more than what I would normally pay, but I kind of walked away and did a bit of research before buying it, and it's probably worth about 30 quid. So
yeah,
I picked that one up. And then this one is a Bugatti cap, and again this wasn't a £5, this was £3, and it's probably around the £20 mark, so probably worth picking up.
I've never had any success really with caps.
I've done really well on them. I did. Well, how much did I sell that Formula One cap for? I sold a cap recently for about 50 quid that I paid £4 for at a car boot, and that's probably the most expensive cap I've sold. Probably. I've sold a couple around the 30 to 40, £50 mark. But generally, easily get 10 to 20 on most of the caps that I pick up.
The only success I had with caps was, if you've heard of Von Dutch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought from there's a charity shop over here called Lifeline, and I bought about 6 or 7 from there, all brand new with tags, and I think I only paid a couple of dollars each for them. And one woman bought all 6 of them off me. I think I got close on to $100 for all 6. But yeah, she was a collector. I mean, it takes all sorts. You know, I mean,
there's the Von Dutch. There's absolutely thousands of different styles of them. Because I don't know if you know, but
sorry, the dog's trumped.
Yeah, you're blaming the dog.
Are you sure that's not you?
No, I was trying my hardest to just like not acknowledge it, but it stinks.
I'm not getting it.
Look at you, you want it?
A while back, I don't know if anyone in the chat who's in the UK remembers, but a while back, it must be 15 years or maybe 10 years, I can't remember. There were the pound shops had thousands and thousands of these official Von Dutch caps with tags and everything. I bought quite a lot, and this was way before I was into officially reselling. This was just I bought a lot and I shoved them one by one onto eBay. I bought loads, but I don't know if anyone out there remembers all the Von Dutch caps going into the pound shops, but it was mad how they managed to get these because they paid less than 50p each for them. It's crazy, but they literally had thousands of different styles.
Yeah. How are you doing with your gay pride hats?
I was going to say he doesn't always have success because he's still got all those.
Yeah, that was a major mistake.
You don't say.
I know. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, to be honest.
Burn them.
I've actually got a listing now on eBay for 10 as like a bundle to see if anyone would be interested, but I've not had any takers yet.
Just drop them off at that pub they're having the meet-up at and run.
Free cap for everybody coming. I'd probably get rid of them all, actually. I think I've got about 80.
Yeah, that was one of our mad moments, wasn't it? At midnight while we were lying in bed and you was going through the new auction sites that we'd signed up to, and we just had this mad moment of shall we, shan't we? Oh, go on then.
That's probably been my biggest fail, to be honest. I've not had that many fails, but I guess I was always going to get some at some point.
I did that once in the UK. I was working at a training organisation trying to find apprentices employment, and one night I was mooching through eBay, and this guy had put a listing for an item up, and he'd got the timing wrong when it was ending. It ended like 3 in the morning or something, and no one had bid on it. And I think I won it for a ridiculously low figure, but it was a pallet, and it was full of batteries, all Philips batteries in the blister packs, but they had about 6 months left before the expiry date, or Best Buy, whatever it was. But the Trish was a bit shocked when I was coming home with because Adam dropped off at the place I was working, because it's the only place we had a forklift. I didn't have one of them at home, and I was bringing these batteries home in the car, and there was something like 20,000 packets of of size C batteries. But the car boot sales, I was knocking them out like right near Christmas, and they were flying out of the, people. You get presents at Christmas, but no one supplies the battery with them, do they? You're like,
yeah, that's true.
So was that before or after they'd run out of date?
On
around about the same time.
Yeah, Nick's got a point. Making mistakes is part of it, and you make a mistake and you learn from it, don't you? And get it right next time, hopefully.
And people can keep bringing it up for years and years afterwards. And keep highlighting that you've still got these 80 caps in storage.
There you go.
We need to like get a stall at one of these events and just try and
take him down Canal Street
and get battered.
The tack doctor said, lying in bed looking at auction sites, use smoothie, Chris. Oh, trust me, he knows how to woo me.
I know,
Have a hat.
Trust me, talking dirty does not have the same effect anymore.
Shocking. Let's change the subject. This we picked up at the weekend. It's from Universal Studios. It's got the Universal tag, which I'll always pick up. Universal Studios plushes. I have no idea what it's from though. So does anybody know what this is? Universal Studios.
I thought it was a Pokemon at first. That's what it looks like, but it's not. It's Universal.
It's not Pokemon.
It's not that How to Train Your Dragon, is it?
Possibly.
I wonder if it is.
Don't ask me how I know that.
You're just trying to think of film titles with dragons in it, aren't you?
Yeah. But it sounds plausible.
It could be. I need to look it up, but it was £2.50. But because it's Universal Studios, I'll always pick it up. Getting feedback again. Go down a bit.
That's really...
Would you not take them up Canal Street and not down?
Garmin.
I was just reading that comment then.
Our show has a really bad habit of it in gutter level. I don't know what we do to our audience.
Right. Rod, you're a DVD man.
So they say.
Yeah, so you should know if these are worth anything. So I picked these up, these box sets, and I paid £10 for all three. And what it is Cirque du Soleil Volume 1.
Yeah,
So
is that French circus thing with no animals?
Yeah. It's got like 3 of the different circus things on it.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that's Volume 2.
Yeah.
And Volume 3. Any ideas?
Oh God, put me on the spot. I've never come across any of them on my travels, and that's not to say they're not over here. If they're not over here, then offer them to over here.
Yeah. Where he goes, he's going to do a live price then.
I'm going to see, because I've not even looked. Let me just look at souls.
See, I don't get circuses without animals.
There's only one sold at £5, so that might not be very good.
Mm.
And this one.
Give him away with a hat.
But didn't you say when you scan them like that, it doesn't always bring
It doesn't always bring them up.
No, you're best going in and typing it, physically typing it in as well, because this is a thing Andrew's got with the barcode on eBay. They ask you to put it in, and still doesn't, not everyone does.
So, I don't know. Well,
to be fair, we were picking random stuff up on yesterday at the Exeter car boot, because I've never been to a car boot. Seriously, these rows just went on forever. They just went on forever and ever and ever. And my first word to him when we set off was, I'm telling you now, we're not walking around this twice. To him. Like, if you want to walk around it twice, I'm going getting a brew and I'll see you in a bit.
Well, we've got the garage sale trail is coming up here soon. So I just got a notification off one of the Facebook groups about you can click a link and it will show you all the garage sales that have registered. So I enjoy it. I never went last year. Couldn't go. I was ill. Had pneumonia of all things. Pneumonia in Australia. But yeah, I went the year before and I picked up a lot of stuff. But people at the garage sales now, they're getting a bit greedy with the prices. They want eBay prices, but not do the legwork,
Yeah.
So.
We have something similar here called Jumble Trail.
Right.
We've got 2 coming up actually. There's one round the corner from us in Levenshulme.
Yeah.
And there's one in New Mills as well the week after. So we've got 2 jumble trails to go to, which is exactly the same as what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. I like doing them.
Do you, when you go to those though, do you like charity shops? Do you go with specific things in mind, or just don't have your eyes open to anything and everything?
We've kind of gone down the route of quality, not quantity now. So as long as we come back with a handful of decent sort of purchases, I'd rather do that than come back with bags and bags of stuff that's just not going to be worth much. And I think that's more just because we have got that much stock that needs listing. We just haven't got the space to bring bags and bags and bags back anymore. So I mean, I was going to say we spent Friday, Saturday, Sunday going around Devon. And I tell you, Summer, if you ever want to go on holiday somewhere in the UK and you want to spend the time thrifting, go to Devon. There's just hundreds of charity shops. We was in awe, but we didn't
buy a lot.
We didn't bring a massive amount back. And I mean, I'm not kidding you. One village must have had 10 charity shops in. Every other shop was a charity shop.
Yeah.
But we just didn't bring it. We didn't buy anything because there was nothing of value.
Yeah.
We don't tend to answer your question, we don't tend to think of what we want. We'll just go and be open-minded. I think that's half the fun of it, really, is see what you find.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure, because you look round at some of them knickknacks and you think, there's probably one of them gems in here that someone's going to pop up on Facebook one day and it's going to be like, I bought this for £1 and it's worth £1 million.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you don't know what you're looking at, then we tend to go if it looks a bit unusual.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it kind of jumps out at you, then we might research it and just have a look on the off chance.
Yeah.
A bit like the mugs you picked up when we was in Scotland, didn't you? They just kind of jumped out at you. We didn't really know what they were, and you've recently sold them for £40, haven't you?
I've never picked up any I have picked up you look like bric-a-brac, and it's like stuff dust collectors, as my mum used to call it. And I've never been one for picking up mugs.
Well, we got tons of mugs.
Well, there was a lady over here, and she found, this is going back maybe 6 months ago, follow her on Instagram, and she picked up a Starbucks mug in a charity shop, and I'm not sure whether she paid 50 cents or $1. It was no more, and it was one of them rare ones, which, you know, it's some indiscriminate island somewhere which just happened to have a Starbucks, and you know, and she got $1,300 for it.
Wow.
Yeah,
and it actually sold. I think she sold it to somebody in America, so it went in this ridiculously well padded box. But yeah, $1,300 for a mug. So everyone was on like mug alert then, you know, in the charity shops. You know, even Andrew, who never books on, was looking. You know,
we sold our best mug a few weeks ago. A Disney one, a Disney Memories mug, and it was the January version. So they have 12 of the versions of the mug. The January is the rarest. It's the black one, and we sold it for 70 quid for a Disney mug, and we paid about £3 or £4.
And I will point out that Chris wasn't going to buy it because it was £4. He was like, "Yeah, I'm not paying that." And it was because it was boxed. I was like, "No, let's have a look." And I'm like, "No, I think you want to buy this," because there were ridiculous prices, weren't there? So obviously we're on mug alert now for these Disney memory ones, but
well, that's good that the two of you can, you know, off each other. You know, like most people in the chat, I would imagine, do this on their own, going around charity shops. If you've got somebody else to feed off and just a different perspective on something, it's sometimes it can, you know, like in that instance.
Definitely.
Yeah, we do quite a lot, don't we, where you won't kind of acknowledge something, you'll just bypass it, but then I'll kind of go past afterwards. And and pick it up, sort of thing. But I hate to say it, but I am getting quite a good eye for stuff now, whether I like it or not.
Get it? Not modest, are you?
But what else did we buy in that trip? We bought 2 items that trip because we'd gone round. I'm not kidding you. We'd gone round
2 items.
2 items. We'd gone round about 4 or 5 different towns in the local area and picked nothing up.
Really?
What was the other thing?
And we went to one town and we picked 2 mugs up. We picked the Disney Memory one and we picked a Starbucks mug up from Costa Rica or something, and you sold that for about 40 quid.
Yeah, that's true.
So just in one shop or one town in 2 shops, we bought 2 mugs that sold quite. But we'd pick the Starbucks mugs up and the Costa coffee.
I always get them.
Like ceramic mugs, we'd always pick them up because they always.
The only Starbucks mugs I see are the ones I did like a white with a Medusa lady on the front. You know.
Yeah, the bog standard ones.
Yeah,
no,
the only ones I have.
An unusual design on there. Normally, like the limited edition ones they've brought out. So anything like that is worth picking up.
Right.
Rod, does your missus ever get involved in your sourcing stuff and that?
She tried to, but it's not her thing. She'll buy stuff for herself, you know. But she came out with me yesterday, and we went round a few places. But no, she's not that way inclined.
So
it's not for everyone.
No, it's not. No. And what does she think about you doing YouTube?
Well, at first, she thought I was an idiot. You know? And I think she's like confirmed it now. But no, she's you know, if you enjoy doing something, you know, go ahead and do it. Don't worry about what people think.
Oh, definitely.
When you start to get tired of doing something, then pull the plug because
if it becomes a chore.
Yeah.
Debbie says she didn't know about the Disney memory mugs. So yeah.
Only January.
The January one is the one that's worth money. It's a black one.
It's silver.
Black and silver, I think. But if you see any of the other months, so any of the other 11 months, they are still worth it, but maybe they're only worth £20-ish each.
They're not like big.
They're not big money. So if you pay £1 for it, you're still going to make good money on it.
But going in the Disney Memories, that same collection, each month came with a mug, a bear, and a pin badge. So the same goes for the bear and the pin badge from January. If you can find those, they're worth quite a lot as well.
Somebody did their research.
Oh yes.
Research is key.
Uniquely Me said she's just sold a Sacramento Starbucks mug for over $100.
Wow, that's good. That's a good sale.
So you need to get looking for your mugs.
Yeah. Yes.
But even things like, you know, Disney mugs, if you get the 3D Disney mugs that are from the Disney store, they go for 10, 20, 30 pound, depending what they are.
Which one it is.
And if you get Disney Park mugs, so from wherever, they go for, and they sell really quickly as well. People just seem to always be collecting them. So anything like that is worthwhile picking up.
Yeah.
It's not something I see a lot of. That's the only thing, you know. It's,
I wouldn't have thought. Yeah, I mean,
we're a million miles away from everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah, and you haven't got like a Disney park over there, have you?
So if it
we've got
more unique.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. We've got Movie World. That's huge. So just looking at that.
Oh, you've just signed Chris up for a visit now. You've said you've got a theme park called Movie World.
Oh, it's Chris. Google it. It's amazing. It's all obviously themed around, you know, movies, Batman, Marvel, Captain America, all that lot. All the characters. There's a wonderful Catwoman. I think I wore the memory out on my phone filming a marvelous procession as she walked up the street.
I bet. Yeah, sounds good.
Chris is now on his phone booking tickets for his trip to Australia.
Is it that movie world? Is it tied to a specific like movie house or something?
So Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah, it's so everything Warner Brothers is there. We went a few years ago one Christmas, and they do a Christmas themed evening, and they spray. Well, they said they was going to spray snow, so it was like the effect of snow in one of the main streets. But when it hit your face, it was like being in a foam party in Ibiza.
I wouldn't know what one of them is.
I know what one is. I've been to a few foam parties. They're good.
We came from very different early lives. He was in Ibiza at foam parties, and not unfortunately, bless him, I take that back. I had my first son at 18, so we had completely different early life starts. I was up to my elbows in something, but it wasn't foam.
Nappies.
We had a question before. I know we're coming to the end now because we've been on a while, but we had a question before that said, when we were down in Devon, what were the prices like? And we found that the charity shops were a bit pricey, a little bit expensive, but the car boot sales were probably the same as what they are everywhere else. But the car boot that we went to at Exeter Racecourse, which was massive, you know what they were doing? They were charging, because they wouldn't let you in till 1 p.m. If you got there early and you wanted early entry before everyone else, £8 to go in early.
Oh, that's a bit naughty, isn't it?
That's naughty, that. But I tell you what, if you got there an hour early, you'd have had that whole car boot to yourself to pick what you wanted. Because I think I probably could have counted on one hand how many people paid that. So they were wandering around, filling the bags up, and it was, to be honest, it's a lot of money, £8, but I probably would have paid it.
It's almost like eBay.
He needed to ditch me because he wouldn't have paid for two of us to go in.
No.
Well, he could have passed the bags over the fence
with the rest of them.
That's a bit more similar to
eBay's
promoting listing.
Yeah.
It's like, you pay to preview. Yeah.
But I tell you what, it was rammed, the queue to get in, people queuing. I was getting claustrophobic. It was like that many people.
Wow.
I've never queued like that to get into a car boot before.
So where I live, we don't. I remember in the UK car boot sales, and I used to love going around, and I used to love selling them as well. And but in this area of Australia I'm in, car boot sales don't exist. I believe there's some in New South Wales in little pockets, and some maybe in Victoria, but I've not come across one car boot sale, and that is one aspect of this sort of I won't say career, because I don't consider it a career. It's a paid hobby, isn't it? That I miss. That's one aspect I miss.
Yeah, there's a couple of comments here about the £8 from Nick and Andrea and Tea Cakes, and I think it sounds like a lot, but when we were stood there in this massive herd of people waiting to go in for like 20-30 minutes, and you were looking in, all the sellers were all set up ready to go, and it was deserted. And you think to yourself, if I'd have got here half an hour before, I could have wandered round and literally filled my bags.
So we're agreeing with it, because Nick and Andrea said they.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm saying that I probably would have paid it now, knowing what I know now. So next time, if we're down there, I'll get there early and I'll pay the money and go in.
Is it not up there?
No, it's not up there. Stop it. Yeah, it sounds a lot and it sounds very cheeky, but actually for us as resellers, it's probably worth it.
Yeah, no, I think I'd have paid it. Like they say, you'll make that money back on probably your first few items, if not your first.
So, would you ever come back to the UK, Rod?
Under what conditions would me release program?
Coming back, are you perfectly happy and settled in Australia?
If you'd have asked me maybe 3 years ago, I would have come back permanent. If you're talking permanently, I possibly would have come back permanently. The only draw card would be for friends. I've very little family left, but for friends, certainly, I do miss just being able to just go down to the pub on a Saturday night with my old mates. But now, no, I wouldn't come back. I'm too settled here now. The lads have got their life, their friends there. It'd be too much of a wrench because they would want to stay here now because they've been over here now longer than what they were over there.
Yeah, true.
More so my youngest. But I would like to come back for holidays. I've been back, but it was under sadder times. But I was talking earlier on with Nick. He was mentioning about the reseller meetup, and I'd love to have had the opportunity to come over for that. Because you see names in the chat and you talk to people, but to actually physically, shake their hand and say hello, it's a completely different. Maybe next year.
So apart from friends, what's the thing that you miss most about the UK?
Again, a couple of years ago, it would have been Stella.
Is that another woman?
No. Oh God, no. I have the beer over here is so expensive. It really is. Like when they have St. Patrick's Day over here in the local pub stroke motel, and it's a good day. But that's the only time I really get draft Guinness. But that's the time you need a second mortgage. It's so. How much would you say a pint of Guinness is over there? Draft Guinness. How much?
What here? Oh, me.
Yeah.
Give over. When have you last been to?
Ask me how much a Guinness. I know that answer.
A Guinness is probably about, I don't know, £4.
Really?
Yeah, a pint.
So that's about not far short of $8 for a pint.
Probably.
Yeah. Nick and Andrew have said $3.50.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on a good deal now then. I thought it was cheap, a lot cheaper in the UK. I'm still perhaps thinking of 10, 11 years ago prices,
Alcohol prices have gone up a lot.
They've gone up a hell of a lot.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, well, that answers your question, and I know we'll be coming back.
There's nothing to come back for.
There's literally nothing now. There's nothing left.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I was about to put an appeal out and say we all need to send you a crate of Stella, but I'm taking that back now.
I'll willingly accept that.
I think we've been on way over time, haven't we? But it's been.
I have no idea because I normally can keep an eye on the time, but
I've no idea.
Yeah, 21:40.
Oh crikey! Right. So I think we should probably wrap up. Just tell us what moolah is, please.
The what?
Moolah.
Oh, money, spondoolies.
Right.
Moolah, the moolah.
I read it on your page. You said that it's all about the moolah.
You've never heard that before?
No. Never heard of that, have you? Moolah.
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Well, it's been good having you on, Rod.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for having me on. Yeah, it's been an experience.
do you want to give your channel a plug before we finish?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Pommy Pickers. I think Chris has got a link there. I think, have you?
There's a link in the description. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Andrew do a weekly. We call it the Wednesday Waffle on a Wednesday night here, which is your Tuesday morning. And I put videos out. Hope to do them once a week. I'm trying to aim for twice a week, but I'm conscious that I don't just want to put stuff out for the sake of putting it out.
Absolutely.
I'd rather put stuff out that's of some relevance rather than just for. Was that the dog again?
Yeah.
We know
What's
it's time
that?
to go. The dog's brought a snake. Like, come on,
Chuck
let's
it out
go.
there for a minute.
That's not a snake. You call that a snake? No, thanks for having me on. It's been
it's been great chatting with you.
It's been good
And
fun.
make sure you all sub Rod.
Yes, that'd be very nice. Thank you.
And that is just about it from us, other than to say thank you to everyone in the chat who came on to watch, who dropped in or was silent in the background. Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up. What else? Leave a comment if you like. Sub if you haven't subbed.
Block us if you've had enough.
Yeah. If you're a troll, don't bother coming back.
Well, have you had any problems with the troll tonight? Because last week, was it, you had a
I don't
biggie.
think so. No, because nothing's popped up. I haven't seen anything.
But you did go through many channels to make sure that you blocked and cancelled and did whatever we could to try and
blocked them everywhere. Blocked them everywhere.
Yeah.
So, how do you say goodbye in Australian?
Goodbye, mate.
Goodbye. I'll see you, mate.
Oh, that'll do then. Right. Okay. Right. Thanks, Rod.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks,
See you all later.
Bye.